بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي أما بعد. Here, do you mind if we keep questions till the end? Is that cool? Sorry again?
It's a really fast question.
Fast question. Go ahead.
Okay, I made my friend Muslim.
Huh?
I made my friend Muslim.
MashaAllah, who is it?
It's on my speed. His name's Daniel.
Daniel, subhanallah. He said just a fast comment basically. He said, I just made my friend Muslim, alhamdulillah. How old are you?
9.
9 years old, mashallah. And we have a new Muslim right here, right? Do you mind if we mention your name? It's okay with you? Devin, right?
Yes.
Devin, alhamdulillah, became a new Muslim. And we have Tom, right? And Tom is a new Muslim as well, alhamdulillah. How long have you been Muslim for? 2 weeks, alhamdulillah. And you, Devin?
2 months. Since December.
Since December, mashallah. May Allah protect you guys. May Allah honor you. May Allah keep you steadfast and firm. Because one advice I give everybody around, the brothers and the sisters practicing and the ones that are newly converting to Islam, had you chosen this path, the path of the truth, and you will notice now more about it, then be ready to be tested. Be ready to be tested. Because Allah said in the Quran, do you think you will say, I believe, and you be left alone without any test? So be ready to be tested. Everybody here that's listening to me right now, everyone that made the decision to come here, be ready to be tested. And we talked about this when? Last week, Jazakallah khair, which is last week. Okay, so we'll start inshallah. You have 30 seconds. If someone were to ask you, what is this Islam all about? 30 seconds, that's all what you have. And by the way, the one who's asking you this is the president of the country, and you're in front of him, he's not Muslim, all the media is around, all the Muslims are hearing what's going on, the enemies are also aware of what's going on, everybody's around, and you have 30 seconds to tell the president what is Islam all about. Think and think and think, what would you say with all that pressure? And by the way, whatever you say will not just be on YouTube, will not just be on Facebook, but the whole world will know about it. What is Islam all about? You gotta think. We'll leave that. I'll just make you guys think. Do you know that a similar situation happened during the time of the Sahaba? Ja'far bin Abi Talib, may Allah be pleased with him, when he immigrated from Mecca to Abyssinia, he met An-Najashi, the king of the Abyssinians at that time. Very highly noble person, people respect him and so on. When the few minority Muslims went to Abyssinia, the disbelievers that hated the Muslims in Mecca, they said, we should not let them go, we should follow them. So they followed them all the way to Africa. And they told the king, An-Najashi, that's his name, that these people are amongst us and they left us. And they're corrupting our society and our cities. And we would like to pass on to you some gifts. Just bring our people back to Mecca. And Najashi, known to be a just leader, he told the Muslims, the minority amongst them, and everybody's around. Media, Muslims are behind, the enemies are there. Whatever will be said will be recorded for life. Until 1500 years later, I'm saying the story. Then Ja'far bin Abi Talib stands in front of the president. You know he doesn't have an hour. You know he has only a few seconds. What will he say when An-Najashi asked him the following question? What is it that you believe in that is not similar to the ones in Mecca, nor is it similar to us Christians? What is Islam all about? Before Ja'far answers, he gives him a very brief and quick introduction. Before he answers, he said, Ayyuhal Malik, O King, with all respect. He said, we were a bunch of ignorant people. We used to worship idols and statues. And we used to commit sexual acts here and there without even thinking. We used to eat dead animals. We used to cut the ties of kinship. We used to have no trust around us. The strong in our community bullies, humiliates, and beats the weak in our community. Until Allah sent a messenger to our community in which we know his lineage. We know his truthfulness. Who is it? Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then he said the following about Islam. You see how quick the introduction was? Listen up. Look what are the words which Ja'far will choose in 30 seconds, if not less. He said, the Prophet ordered us to worship none but Allah and to avoid worshipping anything else, statues, anything else. And he ordered us to be truthful in everything in which we say, and to connect our ties of kinship with our families, and to not take the money from the orphan and the weak amongst the community, and to make sure we have absolute respect to our neighbors and to the ones around us. And he ordered us again to worship none but Allah and to not associate anyone with Allah. And he ordered us to pray, fast, and pay the obligatory charity. That's what Islam is all about. Do you guys notice a theme? Because no one amongst you would answer the correct answer except the ones with knowledge and know Islam inside out, even just a portion of it, even just a shallow of Islam, you know well, you will be able to have an answer. I'm sure if I ask you what would you say about Islam in 30 seconds, I'm almost sure if most of you, if not all of you, will give me a correct answer, but few will give me a complete answer. What was the theme? Who can help me out? You know what, even though you're so far, I still have to give you a high five. But this is a very good one, so I'm going to give him back one. That's excellent. The focus of Ja'far was about character. But he's saying Islam is all about character. That's it. The Prophet sums it up in a beautiful narration, in an authentic narration. He said, the only reason I came here to tell you about Islam and I became a prophet, the only reason, إِنَّمَا بُعِثْتُ لِأُتَمِّمَ صَالِحَ الْأَخْلَاقِ, I came to perfect good manners. That's it. So now when someone comes up to you and tells you, so brother, what's Islam all about? You tell them, what is it about? It's about good manners. Thank you. You see, that's it. Islam is all about good manners. That's it. That's the problem which we have, and let's be realistic, is that many of our community members have differentiated between manners and between worship, acts of worship. We say being nice is separate from praying. We said giving an obligatory charity is different than smiling. The Prophet tells you no. And due to this behavior, we have two kinds of people in this community. And there's a third, and may Allah make us amongst the third. The first ones are the ones that are very practicing and religious in terms of material, looks, but manners, horrible. With all respect, garbage. And there's another group that are so nice and kind and respectful. They open the door for you, they smile in your face, they say, hi, how are you doing today? Do you want any help? Go salah? La la la. Pray? No. Fast? No. Help the... nice, but with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is different. Islam teaches you that when you have manners, it's with who? Nice. Manners, the Prophet came to teach, to perfect manners with Allah and with the public. Some people perfected or very good at with the public, but very bad with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when we say marriage with Allah, it means you being sincere as you're sitting. Why are you here? Is it for Allah or show off? When you come, it's for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You make your sincere as much as possible. You fear Allah. That's good manners with Allah. You feel love towards Allah. That's manners with Allah. You feel fear from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that's manners. You call people to Allah, that's from manners, akhlaq to Allah. And also there are manners to the people. You say salam when you see them. You smile at their face. You greet them. You have mercy upon them. They do something wrong against you, what do? You forgive. So manners isn't two. And no, if you have one, you're missing the other. So may Allah protect us and allow us to perfect our manners. So in the society we said we have these two kind of people. That first group that are so practicing, and subhanAllah, I noticed it in one of the communities around, a guy wearing, and for the new Muslims, forgive us for such harsh incidents, but this is the reality. You never judge a religion according to the people. Never, ever. And I used to tell the people around me, if I wasn't a Muslim and all I would judge Islam about the people, wallahi, I will never probably become a Muslim. With all honesty, if I judge Islam according to the people who claim to be Muslims, jack, to be honest. Look at this liar, look at this guy, look at this girl, look. When I went, this is what happened. A Quran Institute. They teach people Quran. A guy beside the door, wallah, it's true story, beside the door, beard, kufi, thobe. So like, man, 5-star Muslim, 5-star Muslim. Then a guy, but how is his manners? Allah Alam. A guy comes with the Miami Heat jersey with LeBron James, probably has a Quran. I want to go to the Quran Institute. He's like, what do you think you're doing, boy? Hello? Quran Institute? Okay, not a basketball court. You take off this kafir jersey, then you come and learn the Quran. You think this brother came back? Oh, heck no, he didn't. Not even in his dreams he came back. And if he did in his dreams, it's probably to fight that guy, to punch him. Subhanallah. And then you have the other side. So nice and kind, but brother, worship Allah. No. Brother, Allah said do this, do that, respect your parents. No. I'm nice to the people, I give rides, I help them the homework. I'm nice to the sick. The Prophet teaches us that Islam combines both. Combines both. Just like how my head connects to my body. You take it off, what happens? I'll teach you a lesson, you try to take it off. No. What happens? I'll die. You're dead. Literally, you're dead. So there's no such thing as a practicing brother or sister that has no manners. And there's no such thing as one with manners and not practicing. So the Prophet tells you they're connected. And the Prophet, I'll mention only 3 statements to prove that to you. Number 1, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam say, alayhi salatu wa salam. The Prophet said, the stingy amongst us is the one who hears my name, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and does not say, alayhi salatu wa salam. Peace and blessings of Allah be upon you, O Prophet Muhammad. So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, awesome. And look at the words which he chooses and which one is first. Innal haya'a wal iman. Modesty and shame and iman. And look at the word which he chose first. Haya, modesty and shame, and belief, Qurana. Come hand in hand, together. If one goes up, the other goes up. If one goes down, the other goes down. So if you're that kind of person that has absolutely no shame in school, then don't tell me you're a practicing person. If you're that person that in the hallway, like with all respect to the sister, laughs so loud that everyone in high school knows that, oh, that's her. Yeah, we know her, yeah, that's her. Everybody knows, there's no, okay, are you trying your best to lower the volume? No, I don't care. Okay, your iman is messed up, to be honest. Realistic, the Prophet said, they come hand in hand. The brothers, how is your haya, your shame and modesty? You use the bathroom, you're like, yeah, what's up, buddy? Yeah. Use the bathroom and quiet, and don't use the one on the wall. Just use the one khalas and close yourself and behind the thingy, whatever. You don't give conversations, wallahi, seriously. Out of shame, you don't talk. The Prophet said, do not. Let me tell you the story. One guy said, Salaam alaikum Rasulullah. The Prophet was using the bathroom. The Prophet said, Wa alaikum salam. When the Prophet finished, he told him, listen, next time you say Salaam alaikum, I will not answer. Deal? Deal. So teaching us, have shame when you go to the bathroom. Don't talk to people, just do what you gotta do and just bounce. The amazing thing is a lot of girls make friends in the bathroom. Hey! And wallahi, they go for 5 minutes, like 10, 15, and like, oh, she's my best friend. What do you guys meet? Bathroom? Come on, have shame, fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The second thing, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, subhanAllah, it's just beautiful, just amazing. He said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the worst person, wow. The worst person in the sight of Allah is the one whom the people try to avoid him or her for the sake of being safe. One more time, but focus. The worst person in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the day of judgment is the one whom people avoid just to feel safe from that person. Is that clear? Who did not get it, raise your hand. Because it's very important. So all you guys got it. So, example. When someone says, oh, Brother Majid is behind you, you're like, oh. This reaction, they didn't feel safe, right? Then probably I'm amongst the worst person ever. May Allah protect us. Taban, if that person has problems, like every time you tell someone, I want to mention examples here, but I have like family members, even though I'm in the house, I call their name, like, I'm with you in the house all day, like, want to be in the house. But you know what I'm trying to get to? Is if the one is fearing the other person, and with all honesty. Don't you know people like that? Is that if you mention their name, they're like, oh please, just if he's in the hallway, I want to go to a different hallway. Isn't that right? I went through this when I was in grade 7, and another guy was in grade 9. In Saudi Arabia, high school is from grade 10 to 12. Okay? Elementary is from 7 to 9. So I was grade 7, he was grade 9, and wallahi, whenever I see him, I try to avoid him as much as possible. He makes fun of my skin color. Oh, you're so white, you're like snowflake and all that stuff. And in Saudi Arabia, they're kind of darker skin, you know what I mean? And not generalizing, but just one of them. And he made my life a nightmare, wallahi, just a nightmare. Wallahi, I used to dream about this guy. I'm like, I don't want to see him, no! And then I wake up, yeah, alhamdulillah. I'm serious. So these people are the worst of people. So next time you think people behave like that towards you, try to change. Is that clear? Bismillah. The third and last one I would like to mention. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, a man went to him, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He said, Ya Rasulullah, there is a sister whom is known to pray a lot, mashallah, and to fast a lot, mashallah, and to donate right and left. Such a religious girl, right? Except that there's one thing, is that she harms her neighbors and the ones around her with her tongue. Sometimes she curses, or she blasts the music in the house, and the neighbor, they hate that fact. The Prophet answered that kind of situation in 3 words. One more time before I say the answer. She prays a lot, she fasts a lot, she donates right and left, except that she harms her neighbors and the ones around her with what? Her tongue. The Prophet said, Hiya fin nar. That's it. She's in hell. She is in hell. The Prophet is telling you, it's not about how much you pray, it's not about your hijab, it's not about your beard, it's not about you coming here, it's about your attitude. Clear-cut example. And the Prophet didn't stop here. Another man told him, Ya Rasulullah, there's another sister, she barely prays, just the 5 daily prayers, just like Fajr, Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha, that's it. Nothing extra. And she barely fasts, only month of Ramadan, that's it. And she hardly ever donates. Except that she's kind of nice with the ones around her and to her neighbors. The Prophet said 3 words. Hiya fil Jannah. She's in heaven. Wow. Wow. Isn't it wow? Wallah, it's amazing. But don't go now and tell them, you know what, it's not about the hijab or the tight jeans I'm wearing. Okay? You gotta be realistic, you gotta balance. You gotta have the akhlaq and the ibadat together. Do you know that the purpose of every act of worship is to improve your manners? The purpose of every act of worship is to improve your manners. And I'm going to pick only 4 of the 5 pillars of Islam. I'm talking about pillars, like pillars. Without a pillar, things will be destroyed. Without this wall, things will fall. Pillars of Islam, and I'll prove it to you. Not me, not Majid. No, I'm just copying from the Quran, from the Sunnah, from the ulama, and just saying it to you. Salah. How is salah, the act of worship or praying, helps you improve your manners? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran,
إن الصلاة تنهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر.
Prayers helps you avoid shameless deeds and being unjust. You never knew that, huh? So when next time someone asks you, why you guys pray 5 times a day, what's the answer? To improve our manners. To help us avoid shameless deeds. Fahsha'i wal munkar, and all kinds of sins. With the people, with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Another pillar. So you get agreed, salah is what? To improve your manners. What's the other pillar? Subhanallah, siyam, Ramadan. Siyam Ramadan and Zakah and Hajj. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam told us, what does fasting mean? For the convert, do you know what Ramadan, you heard about it? What does it mean? What should you do that day?
You don't eat until the sun goes down.
Exactly. He said don't eat or drink until the sun goes down. Excellent. You know what the Prophet says? Fasting is not stopping food and drink. So the opposite of what he said. But hold on. He said that's not only it. There's much more into it. Oh Rasulullah, all my life, my parents and teachers said, don't eat, don't drink, that's it. The Prophet said, لَيْسَ الصِّيَامُ بِتَرْكِ الطَّعَامِ وَالشَّرَابِ. No, it's not about leaving food and drink. It's about leaving foolishness and sexual acts. Subhanallah. And the Prophet said, and if someone would to come and curse you when you're fasting, and about swearing and cussing at you, what do you say? Allahumma inni yasam, inni yasam. Oh Allah, I'm fasting, I'm fasting. You say it twice. I'm fasting, I'm fasting. Once for you to remember that you're fasting, and the other one for him to remember, I'm fasting. It happened at work. One of my friends, he's Muslim, he was fasting. So some of the team members, every once in a while, that's their culture, they have to curse F word every once in a while. And sometimes every sentence, even something good, like, oh, man, you're such an awesome person. But why F word? But that's their culture. So they said that to one of the brothers, and he wants to curse back. He's like, I'm fasting, I'm fasting. He's like, okay, so. Then he told them, when I'm fasting, I cannot curse. Okay. Then she's like, okay, whatever. She was smiling, laughing. I'm like, what a horrible brother. You know what he said? We shouldn't fast or curse when we were fasting, right? What about the other days? So I went to the lady and told her, just want to clear up something for you. It's true why he said that we shouldn't curse and like swear and so on when we were fasting, specifically when we were fasting, but even all throughout our life we shouldn't do so. But we pressure more about this theme in Ramadan. It's like, oh, okay, so now it makes sense. Is it clear? SubhanAllah, may Allah protect us. So what Ramadan is all about, the Prophet said one more time in a different hadith, he said, whom does not stop lying in Ramadan, and when you're fasting, if you do not stop lying when you're fasting, then there's no need to stop food and drink. He's teaching you that fasting should help you be truthful. Fasting should help you not to be foolish. Fasting should help you and prevent yourself and be patient towards sexual acts around you. Video clips and adult videos and all that stuff. Help yourself, protect yourself even from the halal stuff in Ramadan. So it's all about what? Improving your manners and my manners. And wallahi, I'm not talking about this topic in a way that I have perfected my manners, so I am at a stage where I can teach it. La wallah, I'm so far away from perfecting my manners. But we always seek to improve our manners. We're never settled with the way we are. Is that clear? Never. Ever. So I know many of us don't like to change, but we always need to improve. Always. SubhanAllah. Should I share this personal story? Sure? Marriage one. Oh. Okay, one time I proposed to a sister, and then I told her, you know what? Inshallah, we're going to work together and improve and change and become always better. She's like, I hate change. I'm like, yeah, I know change is hard, but we have to get closer to Allah, improve our manners together, inshallah, we'll do it together. She's like, I said I hate change. I'm like, I hate you too, okay. So then she said, I hate change. I'm like, okay. But the desperation at that time, like, doesn't matter, but just propose, and she will change. And alhamdulillah. Grab. I do sujood shukr, thankfulness to Allah, that she rejected me. Because I have a wife that is better than 1,000 and a million of her, alhamdulillah. The one that can help me improve my marriage, inshallah, and we help each other, inshallah. So don't be sad, even though I cried, by the way. That's how desperate I was. Like, why? We won't change, I won't change. No. But alhamdulillah. Wallah, I have faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah will bless you. SubhanAllah, may Allah protect us. So siyam, salah, let's talk about zakat. Zakat is the obligatory charity. Zakat is the third pillar of Islam. is the obligatory charity. You have charity that's optional, and there's one that you have to. It's roughly speaking 2.5% of your savings, of the cash. And it has to be over, roughly speaking, all these numbers are rough. If you have savings over $3,500, which a whole year passed, and you have over $3,500, then you gotta pay 2.5% zakah. Obligatory charity to the ones in need. So since perhaps most of us are broke and we're under that amount, you don't have to worry about that pillar. Is that clear? But what's the point of giving out money?
خذ من أموالهم صدقة تطهرهم وتزكيهم بها وصل عليهم.
So it can purify them. What? Wallahi, this misconception that many of us had. I asked these questions to Muslims, and wallahi, they had no idea and they were shocked. So when you donate, you're more merciful. When you donate, you avoid being arrogant. No, I'll keep the money to myself, I'm being selfish. Avoid that, and you start being merciful. Subhanallah, it's all about manners. May Allah protect us. I was invited to give a talk at MSU, Michigan State University. And they told me there's a lot of non-Muslims coming, and we want the topic to be generalized. I'm like, what's the topic? They said, charity in Islam. I'm like, that's a joke. Charity in Islam? Oh, such an easy topic. Easy topic. But the Sahaba did not know at one point. The Sahaba did not know. Once Sahaba, like they're not the really rich ones, they went to the Prophet ﷺ. He said, Ya Rasulullah, ذهب أهل الدثور بالأجور. The ones with money, they got all the reward. We pray, and they also pray. We fast, they also fast. But they donate, and we're broke. The Prophet said, the charity, that's the only charity which you know. Don't you know about other way of giving charity? Huh? It's not just about money. Charity is to make you a better person. And the Prophet made charities. Allah revealed to him that some charities to help you out. He said, فَفِي كُلِّ تَسْبِيحَةٍ صَدَقَةٍ. Saying Subhanallah, glory be to you, O Allah, is charity. And there's a tax receipt which you'll get. It will avoid you, not from tax deductions, but from hellfire. Say Subhanallah, why are you stingy? Subhanallah. وَفِي كُلِّ تَحْمِيدَةٍ صَدَقًا. For every time you say Alhamdulillah, thank you Allah, that's charity. The Prophet said, look at this, smiling is charity. Sahih, you guys all know this, right? You guys know this, right? Then why don't you do it? Why don't you do it? Assalamu alaikum, brother, how are you doing? Alhamdulillah, smile, see? And wallahi, what of the most beautiful smiles I've seen in my life, in the world, are the ones in Windsor, alhamdulillah. And the ones watching just didn't have to be jealous. But so wallahi, alhamdulillah, and I'm being dead honest and serious. Stop thinking you're ugly. Some people have this problem. If I show you my emails, there's something ridiculous. You're beautiful, all you guys are just awesome, okay? Alhamdulillah. Imam al-Shafi'i said that all you guys look more beautiful than the moon. Why? You know? Nice, mashallah, excellent. وَخَلَقْنَاكُمْ فِي أَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ. وَلَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ. And we created the human being in the best fashion. Perfect, mashallah. I know you might say someone's crippled and someone's like that, they're being tested, and may Allah protect them, they could have been worse. Then Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam tells us that, you know, if you're at school and someone tells you, do you know where's Miss such and such, Miss Osborne or Mr. Smith or whatever, and you tell them, yes, just turn right here, that's charity. Subhanallah. Hidayatul dal fi tariq sadaqa. Just go right there. And he said, whenever you take off something off the ground, that's charity. And when you respond to a salam, so someone says salamu alaikum, you say wa alaikum salam, that's charity. It's just non-ending, subhanallah. So it's all about improving our manners. Hajj. Now how in the world is that manners? How is that about manners and improving our manners? Who knows the proof? Shame on you. Someone tells you, what's Hajj is all about? What's the answer? It's about improving our manners. What's your proof? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم, بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
الحج أشهر معلومات فمن فرض فيهن الحج فلا رفث ولا فسوق ولا جدال في الحج وما تفعلوا من خير يعلمه الله وتزودوا فإن خير الزاد التقوى.
So it's all about manners. You guys realize that? It's all about manners. Subhanallah. One time, when I went to Hajj, I had this option when I was maybe 19 years old. I had about $8,000. Not too excited, don't be excited. $8,000, okay? So like marriage or Hajj. Marriage or Hajj. And thinking. I asked the Imam, what should I do? Hajj or marriage? He said, how desperate are you? He's like, okay, low, moderate, high. I'm like, not high, alhamdulillah, I'm talking to you normally. Not low, moderate. Who's going with you? With my mom. He's like, then go with your mom. I'm like, okay. So when you go to Hajj, you have to what? Watch your manners. For the Hajj to be accepted, no sexual acts, no fighting, no arguing, no yelling at your mom, no pushing people. It will be crowded. There's over 4 million people. You walk like this. I'm serious. And that's exactly how you walk. They push you, no argument. You want it to be accepted? That's how it is. So we travel. And for the ones that don't know, I had really long hair. I used to tie it, mashallah, baller, mashallah. May Allah protect us. But it didn't look too good, alhamdulillah. So long hair, I went to Hajj, and of the sunnah after Umrah, before Hajj, is that you have a haircut, right? So the guy said, 10 riyal for you. 10 riyal for you. Riyal is like a currency exchange in Saudi Arabia. So we'll say for now dollars. So for you $10. For you $10. I'm like, with long hair, $20. I'm like, what? Why $20? He's like, $20. Look at your hair. I'm like, like scissors, same thing like I cut his hair. It's like $20. So I sat on the chair, put this around me. I'm like, $20. The guy beside me, he said, وَلَا جِدَالَ فِي الْحَجِّ. He's like, no argument in Hajj. I'm like, oh, you're right. Oh, yeah, $20. Bismillah. So alhamdulillah, they cut my hair. So subhanallah, what Allah is trying to tell us, had you been able to control your manners in Hajj with 3 or 4 million people wearing 2 pieces of towel, and there's another group of sisters wearing their abayas, and all this squishiness happening, and you know that you cannot put perfume in Hajj, right? You can't put perfume in Hajj. So if some big guy from a different country, and you're 5 feet tall, and he says, Ya Rabb, and you're like, all the sweat, what happens? وَلَا جِدَالَ فِي الْحَجِّ. You gotta be patient. So one time in a very severe crowded area in a tawaf around the Kaaba circulating, I'm having my mother, you know what, move man. And my mother is right there, right? So I'm trying to be as nice as, wallah, it's tough. But it's amazing. So you try your best, and accidentally someone pushes me. And I hit a huge monster, mashallah. Like Allah, like a big guy. And he looks at me like this. And and it's okay, hairy and like beard and everything. I'm like, now I'm such a weak point for 2 reasons, I'll tell you why. I'm like, come on, wallahi, this guy pushed me, like we're moving. Wallahi, he pushed me, because they're not going to stop for us. I'm like begging him, so I went up, kissed his forehead. I'm like, I paid $7,500 for this, I want this to be accepted. For 2 reasons, I tried to stress on myself. Number 1, I don't want him to lose his reward. Because he looked angry, right? So if I'm like this too, he'll probably be doing tawaf like this with me. Okay? So for him to protect his reward, because wallahi I love him for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, even though we spoke a different language, but I just want to maintain his reward, and had he get angry, then I might not control myself. So then I will lose the whole Hajj and the whole money. I didn't get Hajj reward or get married. And wallahi, no exaggeration. Allah knows best. Maybe it's because my mother was pleased that I went with her. Few months later, what happened? Got married, alhamdulillah. Clear? Just try your best to please your mom, and wallahi, Wallahi, wallahi. Please your parents and you will see wonders. Please your parents and you will live life like no tomorrow, like a king. Just please them. That's it. You will see things happening just out of, I know what, there's no harm in this tangent. This tangent is probably more important, wallahu alam, because this is manners with your parents. I used to drive an Impala, Chevrolet Impala, 2003. My mom used to drive a Neon, 1994 or something? 2003 and 1994 Neon. It's not right to begin with. I was not I'm not a well-mannered person because I was driving this for some time. My mom's air condition does not work. So I'm trying to learn about the deen and Islam and what is it all about. So what is it all about? Manners, that's it. That's it, period. So I'm like, your mom is first, then Allah's first, then your mom. If you please your mom, you please Allah. If you upset your father, you upset Allah. Wow. I'm like, Mom, here are the keys. Chevy Impala, 03 is for you. Give me the Neon. So I drive the Neon sweating, and Shaitan comes and whispers like, what in the world did you do? You're working day and night. You're getting this money just to give your mom the car just like that? Wallahi. In just few months, I got a car better than both of them. Don't worry about the one outside. It's the one outside. Just relax. I know it doesn't look too good right now, but it was amazing when I got it. The deal, unbelievable. Let's say the car was worth 20, I got it for 6. Beyond people's imagination. Like, how in the world you got it? Don't worry about it. What do you mean? Just please your parents. I'm serious. Wallah, it's magic. Halal magic. Please your mom and enjoy the halal magic. That's it. I'm serious. Wallahi, the ones that experienced it, they were like, you're right, brother. And I just hope this is not wasting our time right here. And you see the importance of manners with your parents, because pleasing your parents has Allah to be pleased with you. A question, and I want to see a raise of hands. Who thinks it's not possible for someone's manners to change? As an example, someone is that had you just touched them, they will freak out. Do you believe these kind of people will be very patient at one time in their life? The one who's so stingy, do you think they'll ever donate $1,000? Or 10% of their wealth? Do you think the one that would never help you with any question in your life, math, science, I would never help you, one day they will come to ask you if you need help? Who thinks amongst you that this is not possible? Raise your hand. Come on. Who thinks this is not possible? No one. Are you sure? So next time someone tells you be patient, you don't say I can't. Sah? I didn't see any hands. The Prophet said, إنما الحلم بالتحلم وإنما الصبر بالتصبر وإنما العلم بالتعلم. He said patience comes when you put it on yourself that I will practice patience. The Prophet said you'll be patient. Knowledge will come to you and you will get knowledge when you put on yourself that I will go and seek knowledge. I will go to this halaqa, I'll go to this gathering, I will go under this imam, I'll take this course, I'll do this and that. Allah will give it down to you, subhanAllah. The promise. One time a man came to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Prophet told him, you have 2 characteristics, 2 traits, which Allah loves. Wow. He said, what is it, Rasulullah? He said, al-hilmu wal-ina'a. Which kind of, to put it together, like patience. Al-hilm is like patience. So the Sahabi asked the Prophet, oh Rasulullah, look at this question. Are these manners came with me when I was born, or did it come with me as I became a Muslim? Because he's a convert. He said, no, it came with you when you were born. So the Sahabi gave him options, right? So indicating it's possible to have a completely different personality after you become a better Muslim. And wallahi, if it was not possible, I will not waste my time. Does it make sense? If it's not possible for you guys to change, then why in the world am I wasting my time and your time? SubhanAllah. I'll mention only 5 blessings. Only 5. 5 fruits of having good manners. Just 5. Number 1. And look at the words. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the best man, the best woman, the best person in the world, who is it? The one with best character. Wow. Underline the word best. So it's not about how many times you pray. It's not about if you put your alarm at 3 in the morning praying and making dua and crying. That's amazing. La, we don't say that. That's manners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, beautiful, but how are your manners with the people? Allah said, thanking people is equal to thanking me, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you thank the people, it's as if you're thanking me. So there's no such thing as I have manners towards Allah and not towards the people. Because it's a direct relationship. If you have manners to Allah, then it necessitates, whatever the word is, that you have manners to the people. The Prophet ﷺ said, the most beloved person to me, Allahu Akbar, the most beloved person, brother or sister to me, or Rasulullah ﷺ, and the closest one to me on the Day of Judgment is the one with best of character. Subhanallah. And he said, and the furthest, and all the way at the end, he said, al-thartharun. And then he explains another word which means al-mutakabbirun, the arrogant. They think they're better than anyone here. They think they're better than everyone here. I can play properly, you can't play properly. You can't shoot, you can't talk, you can't sit properly, you can't dress. I'm better. Look at my skin color, look at yours. You're poor, I'm rich. Arrogance, the furthest away from me. And thartharun is from the ones that talk so much and they talk foolish. It's like foolishness after foolishness after foolishness. SubhanAllah, look at the distance. The distance is determined according to your manners. Allahu Akbar. So the best, the closest, and the most beloved to me, to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, in a beautiful hadith, أكمل المؤمنين إيمانا, the best of all believers, the one with perfected their belief. Obviously it's jihad, for sure. Obviously it's about salah. No. أكمل المؤمنين إيمانا أحسنهم خلقا, the ones with best manners. How are your manners? When your teacher would to be asked by your parents, I know all of you guys are old, and he'll call you, how are my sons or daughters' manners in the class? Do you think there's an answer for it? I'm pretty sure you know. And what's the answer? Be realistic. How is the answer? Allah knows best. And know that the answer which they will give, Allah judges, and Allah is the only judge. But it's a beautiful, good sign for you to enter Jannah. One more time. If people start saying, good people, that such and such person, girl or guy, has beautiful manners, that's a good sign you're going to heaven. What's my proof? One time a man went to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, some people get praised, O Rasulullah, and then it happens in their heart that when they get praised, they like it. So the Prophet said, Tilka ajilu bushra al-mu'min. This is a hasty good news for the believer. What good news? Jannah, inshallah. About manners, subhanAllah. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, and I love asking this question, and I'm sure most of you know it, but I love asking it. But now, since we know the topic, you guys know the answer. The heaviest thing on the scale on the Day of Judgment. The heaviest thing. You know what people say? What? Salah, right? Salah is the heaviest thing on the scale of the judgment. So there's a scale, the good deeds and the bad deeds. The heaviest thing to be put on the good deeds are your manners. Subhanallah, wallahi, just amazing. Next time you play basketball, you watch your attitude. And the ulama, you know what they said? For you to know the reality of your manners, you want to know how much manners you have? Are you guys ready for this? Is when you go through difficulty, the true you appears. When you go into a fight, someone pushes you and swears at you, the way you behave is the reality of your manners. When things become so tight and you get pressured, how do you behave? That's the question. That's how you determine your manners. SubhanAllah, may Allah protect us. SubhanAllah. Just help me, I'm just going to move the pages and then we move to how can we help ourselves to have the best of manners. There's so many ways to do so many ways, just beyond your imagination. And I would like to start with number one is dua. You seek Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's assistance and support sincerely from your heart. You say, oh Allah, please help me. You know the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he used to make the dua, and so many different narrations and so many different words. Whenever he used to look at the mirror, what do you guys say? Nah, bro, girls gonna go crazy in school. Look at this beard, look at this eyes, Allah, 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 Allah. You know what the Prophet says? Allahumma كَمَا أَحْسَنْتَ خَلْقِي فَأَحْسِنْ خُلُقِي. Oh Allah, just like how you beautified my physical features, beautify my manners. Allah, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Say sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Wallahi, how could they dare to call him a terrorist? How could they dare to say child molester? How could they say that? Wallahi, horrible. How could they dare to draw cartoons about him? You know another dua we used to make? Allahumma ihdini li ahsani al-akhlaq. Oh Allah, guide me to the best of manners. You're the only one that guides to them. And oh Allah, move me away from the worst of manners. You're the only one that moves away people from the worst of manners. What did Allah say about the Prophet ﷺ? He said, وَإِنَّكَ لَعَلَى خُلُقٍ عَظِيمٍ. Indeed, you have the best manner. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is the best mannered person ever created on earth. We don't need to look at any other books or any other biographies. Learn the biography of the Rasulullah ﷺ and your manners will improve inshallah. And something I forgot to mention, and that's one of the most beautiful ahadith I heard. A man came to Rasulullah ﷺ and he asked him this question. You guys know the topic, so you know the answer. But have it on your Facebook status and put a blank and check the answer. What would it be? He said, who is the most beloved person to Allah? Man ahabbu an-nasi ila Allah. The Prophet said, ahabbu al-ibadi ila Allah ahsanuhum khuluqa. The most beloved person on earth to Allah is the one with the best of manners. The Prophet did not say the one that prays the most. He did not say the sister that covers herself the most. No, manners, it's a package. It's a package. It's not about wearing hijab and start talking trash. It's not about growing your beard and disrespecting people. No, you're not better than anyone here. You don't know who's better than here. You don't know who's the best person in this room. Wallahi, I can be the worst here. Wallahi, no exaggeration. Yes, you can be the worst here. It's possible. One of the ways to help yourself out, to have better manners, is think low of yourself. Accuse yourself. Don't think, mashallah, I'm such a great person, that's it. La. Saying this sentence shows that you are ill-mannered. Because the Prophet is the one that completed manners, and you want to seek his level, and we are nowhere from his level. But we always try our best to get closer. And I believe the following point, and I mention it every once in a while, and I say it from the bottom of my heart. The strongest thing that shapes you, the strongest thing that makes who you are, is what? Parents? No. No. Friends. The one that makes you who you are and who you will be, and whether you will go to heaven or hell, are your friends. Are the ones you stay with the most. Seek their friends, the good friends, and they will advise you. SubhanAllah, when you have righteous friends, they will tell you, you did something wrong, Brother Majid. You did this wrong here. That was right, that was wrong. I was helping in the chairs. I just tried to help just a little bit. I just put a few chairs, just a little bit. So as I was grabbing the chairs, after we were done, one of the brothers came to me and he told me, no offense, yani, but you seemed a little angry and like a little rigid as you're putting the chairs and you're just not thinking, no smile. I'm like, subhanallah, jazakallah khair, may Allah reward you. And now every time I'm under pressure, I'm putting on the chairs, I think of the sentence of that brother. And every time I go into it and like so serious and stuff, let me put a smile, let me tell him thank you as he passed the chair, and I worked on. Alhamdulillah, since that time he told me, I kept trying my best to improve myself. But if you have a horrible friend, that when you cuss only twice in a sentence, he's like, how come you only say the F word and B word only once? Increase. Come on, get up. And wallahi, as funny as it sounds, sometimes when you are a good person and you have a bad friend, and wallahi it happens, and you're in a gathering with people and they all swear and cuss, that your friend feels embarrassed that you're there because you're so quiet. Because you don't swear. Isn't that true? It happens. And similarly it happens on the opposite, is that when you swear and everybody around is a good person. So hang out with good people. Barakallahu fikum. May Allah reward you. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.